How do we want our business move forward? The bigger picture. Like this is like what I want to share with you today is really an invitation for you to question and reflect yourself, how you see yourself, also how you see this industry. Because I would like you to share with me what conversations, what topics, what are you missing? What is it that you feel insecure about? Um, what is it that you feel you would love to talk more about what you don't see any coaches talking about? What is it like there's so many things that I am sharing inside of my community, the HD Lounge or the Money Club, as the truth that I cannot share here because the filters and everything, but I definitely share them in there. But generally, I think how to embody and secure the next level. That's an amazing question, Ria. It is definitely one topic that we need to talk about because the next level is that it will never end, right? It will never end because we're always evolving and growing, right? Let me share this and then you might be um, inspired to answer your question yourself. But keep that in mind. Bring it up in a second. I want to talk about this. Um, I always fall down after a crazy launch. Ah, yeah. Okay. There's so many good things that you're going to pull out of me. Okay. Hold back for a moment. I would love to riff about that. This is so fun. Um, but let me get this point across first why I came up about owning it. So, you know, when doors are closing 2027 and we are every each day with each transit, now Mars enters Gemini, everything gets more intensified. So Mars is usually in Gemini for a couple of weeks and then it goes into a new sign. The detailed energy update comes in the Money Club where I talk about how you can navigate those transits to stay in alignment, to not fall out of a crazy launch and keep money coming in. So the Money Club is 111 per month there. It's like when you love my live streams, this is what I do, and you get coaching, and there's a special Q&As and all that. So if you want information about the Money Club, then just message me and I can send you information. However, Mars will stay in Gemini for 8 months. So what is this about? It is about big desire energy. It is about what is it that you really want. And how do we manifest? We manifest it through self-expression, through two things. And this is a little bit like what Raya said, how to embody and secure the next level. The next level is always defined by more, by different, by a different experience that we have. And we manifest through words and actions. That's it. These two things, what you talk, also the inner talk, the self-talk to yourself, your thoughts, and then the action that you take based on either your aligned self, your next level self. What would she be doing, Ria? Would she be sitting here and asking questions on a live stream, or would you try to get as close as you can to join women who are at that level that you want, to learn from them behind the scenes and get personalized support? Like this is how you secure becoming her faster and collapse time, by taking action from her. This is how I usually make my decisions when I say this is what I want. How do I get there? By taking action. How can I stay longer, more sustainable in that energy of that next level self? By joining a mentor, joining a community that really holds me to that standard. Because the 5 people you surround yourself with are the people that impact your thoughts and energy, and it's your self image. The thoughts you have about yourself, the beliefs about what you're capable of, the energy that you're in, the mechanics. Are you picking up the not self? Ria, what is your design? Are you picking up the not self of the other people, especially around the heart center? It's all confidence, self-esteem, self-image, self-worth. Maybe you don't feel worthy to really get the success, so that you self-sabotage, that you crash after a crazy launch, that you create the launch as crazy so that you crash. Yes, burning out is a great self-sabotage pattern of the sacral, the undefined sacral of a projector, to push yourself so that you don't be successful, and it's inherited by our mothers down the lineage. It is the mother wound. It is ingrained in the heart center. And so I will do actually a master class where we talk about these things and we code that. Confidence, self-worth, it's the ego. It's the ego that you allow yourself and put yourself first and feel worthy to be successful. Yeah. So I will announce the class next week. It is the essential. It's the foundation for a businesswoman to work consistently, and this work never ends, on that center. Because then you go from the ego of I need money to feel safe, to feel secure, and you are codependent to payments coming in, to have an ego death and ego recoding, to to talk about, okay, what is it that I want for others? How can I lead myself even better to be a role model? Especially projectors, we're here to guide. You cannot fucking guide someone else because your aura picks up shit from others. We're here to be conditioned by picking up conditioned people's energy. But if you cannot hold them and understand how to work this conditioning in your system, you will get sick. And that's why you subconsciously self-sabotage so that you don't pick up more people, because you have no fucking clue how to handle that. And I've been there. I've been there, my dear. Yeah, so many projectors running into that same dead end. And the thing is that when the doors close, when the wheel turns 2027, and every week we feel it more and more and more. I see so many projectors, even in the money club. We had the conversation about what the fuck is going on. I see people teaching human design, teaching gene keys, teaching this and teaching that, and teaching without empowering and coaching other people doesn't help. Does not help our collective so that people get into their authority. When we are, for example, when you say, I only feel good when I'm alone, you're avoiding. It's an avoidance pattern. Are you an undefined emotional solar plexus? Then you're avoiding other people's aura and energy, not because you want to be alone, but it's a protection pattern, a coping pattern. So because you don't know how to lead and stay in your alignment with other people. Yeah. And that's the whole point. So what I want to bring across is that if you really want to step up your business and into leadership, this gets to be bigger. And what we see online is a lot of people, any types, let's say it right here, you're not alone. You're not alone, and I'm honoring you that you share this so openly. This is a big step into self-leadership. And now the next step would be, for example, to join HD Lounge or the Money Club, to stay in that energy and to understand how to work it in real life, and to help to guide you. And for me personally, yesterday I noticed that no other mentor except for a projector can show me how to be a projector. And that's why I'm also bringing the stage back, the projector program, the projector mastermind, only for projectors. So that this is my signature course. This is what got me here, to create a lifestyle and a business for success. Not only for me, but for others. We are the ones only who pick up and plug onto a monopole of another person. So in order to do that, we need to be in our power and our alignment to choose the ones who we want to take in, because we taste them, we feel them. It's our life force. And in our business, we need to set up the structures based on our personal aura so that we constantly feel supported and not self-sabotage after a launch. This will come in the stage, and I'm so fucking excited. Christina was part of the stage as well, right? So I answer your question in a second, Christina, but what I want to bring across is that I see a lot of incredible women dimming down, walking on eggshells when it comes to your truth and to your message. And this has to go deeper. Like when I open my phone, just, yeah, Ria, I know. Thank you so much. And there's more. I'm not even talking about the real things on here. The real things are happening in other places, have to. Because A, there's someone listening, and B, there's personalized, individualized support required so that I can look at your chart. And the look, my eyes on you, this is where we turn your shit into gold. This is so fun. This is what I love most. And it makes me kind of wonder why this is it. But, it is a self-sabotage pattern to not speak fully the truth, to stay the sheep, the white sheep, and not be the black sheep. So if you want to really have success, if you want to really step up into leadership, really, not just talk about it, not just say you want it, no, not just like this Mars and Gemini ask you to speak the fuck up and own it. You cannot sell freedom if you don't feel free to express yourself fully. And you're tiptoeing on eggshells, and you're sugarcoating your message, and you're people pleasing more than pushing them to the edge with your piercing message, because this is actually what people need. To be honest, everyone is too fabric softener washed. This whole coaching industry. I show you how to post on Instagram. If you don't have ideas what to post, this is what you should do. I say go fucking live your life. Become a projector. You just know your design. You don't live it. The first task is to finally heal your wounds, decondition, work, and become the person who you really know you are. And you know that you're meant for more. You have an incredible mission and vision for your life, but there's a big gap. And your work is to close that gap. So surround yourself with the people who see that potential in you, who support you in it, and not put obstacles in the way and kind of plant that fear. Yeah. So exactly. So the thing is, the biggest trait and gift for of a defined heart, Ria, I guess you have a undefined heart, or do you have a defined heart? Because what I learned this week in my own deconditioning process with my mentors is a deeper layer of unapologeticness and zero fucks around rejection. So the defined heart is actually here to take one for the team. And I really get that on a deeper level. To take one for the team, ego and throat defined. Perfect, Ria. So it's just a little bit that we got to dial that up with my energy. So if you're an ego, if you have this one single channel, you're so powerful. So taking one for the team means the ability of not taking on rejection and give it a meaning about yourself comes from you getting into a highest definition of ego, which is purely tribal. It's not individual. That means you know your self-worth, and you know your shit, and you know that what you have to share supports others, especially as projectors, in their evolution. So the ego that we have also showcases and models that, in my case in particular, the self-expression, nothing manifests if you, another projector with a defined heart, Cynthia is on here, another client of mine. Hello, dear. Nothing, like we take one for the team in terms of, I show you that nothing will happen if people reject you. People reject me every day. They throw shit at me. They think I can take it because I'm so strong. And it took me a long time to not give it a meaning. And it is not really nice. It's not kind. It's not leadership. It's not mature, but I see them now in their conditioning, and I understand that my role is here to dial my confidence even more up, because women like you who are listening here live and not even have the courage to say hello, have something to say, but are hiding because they just watch me from the far, and you're intrigued and you feed on my energy every day on my stories, but not even leave a word. Like, this is bullshit. That doesn't make sense. Hi, Diana. This does not make sense because it's not an integrity. And I'm like, what the fuck? I talk about this now, not because it matters for me, but because someone has to say it. Someone has to take one for the team, you know? And I did my work over the summer of detachment, like so deeply, that I'm now ready with Mars and Gemini to step the fuck up and owning that and say, now I leave it on the table, and what you project, what you feel when I speak the truth and project it out is none of my business. And I'm modeling this as a line 6 for you because you have important things to say. You have something to bring to the table in a different way than this industry wants you to believe is the correct way. Because that's the whole point. You cannot sell. What are you selling? What are you actually selling? People don't buy programs. They buy an experience. They buy emotions. They buy transformation. So I'm selling confidence. And if I'm not showing up confidently and I'm creating a ego course, I'm not preaching. Because preaching means to convince. I'm just sharing, and you do what you need to do with it. Like, I'm done with this convincing. That's what projectors do a lot. Convincing and explaining and trying to prove others wrong. Don't you see this? I prove you wrong. I try to prove you wrong that actually this is the way to go. But people don't go that way. They only go and change when you own your shit and leave them where they are. Be hard to get is a saying that projectors need to understand. So you just leave it on the table, and they have to understand they are actually adults on the paper, but little children, boys and girls in real life, because no one has really the courage to speak up and stand for something today, and have also the discipline to and work ethic and put some grit and grind into building something sustainable instead of chasing money injections, because this industry tells us that this is the only way to define your self-worth. But you know what happens? Who is talking about the real things? When if Instagram would do an algorithm where suddenly the word money is shadow banned, then what? Our feed, our grid would look really empty. Would look really empty. And what would people then talk about? And so the next level of the work that we have been doing is to empower people. People, leaders, coaches, you have to make sure, this is our responsibility, that people empower and are empowered to change their lives, to take action differently. For me, this is my standard of my work is only mentorship. I want women step it up and take action and look at themselves differently. The self-image has to change. Only when we look at ourselves differently, we see our potential, we believe in ourselves, and then we stop looking at others for this approval, and only then we break this conditioning and the externalization. Then we are in our authority, in our sovereignty, we understand how energy works, and we're prepared for what's to come. Because we don't rely and depend on anyone else. But just stuffing people with information doesn't work, because then we are like, oh, I'm such a good teacher, and I teach you this, and this, and then what are you actually selling? It does not work. You cannot sell freedom. You cannot sell self-expression. You cannot sell, if your background frequency is not fully anchored, rock solid, and embodied. And